everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. In today's video, I'm going to be doing day 5 of December's 5 Days of Foundation. And today we're going to be using the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. Now this is a stick foundation. What I found interesting about this is that it actually has two sides. It has a foundation side and then a soft contour side is what they say. I did pick this up in shade 0.5, which is the lightest shade that they have. And this is what the product looks like. This side, I believe, is the contour. Yes, it is right there. And then the other side is, problem is you got to put the lid on the right way, is the foundation. And that looks probably a little bit dark for me, but we will make it work. Like I said, this is 0.5. It is the lightest shade that they have in this foundation. I have another Smashbox foundation, which is also 0.5, which is actually a little bit light for my skin, but that's okay. Before we go ahead and get started, I'm going to let you know that I already sprayed down my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water and Centering Citrus. I don't like this as much as I like the coconut scent, but it's okay. I have the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer on my skin, and then I also pulled out a product that I haven't pulled out of my collection in a while, and I noticed something really weird about it. So this is the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Stick. And you might look at it and say, Jessica, what's weird? There's nothing weird there. I'm going to show you what's weird. So I pulled it out of my collection. I have it sitting on the desk behind me here. And I picked it up and I'm like, that doesn't look right. And then I looked closer at it and I'm going to show you what happened to this. I don't know if it happened over the summer, just between heat and cold and it like, you know, growing and shrinking. But I think the camera's picking that up, that it literally shrunk. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah. I have two other stick products from Milk Makeup. I immediately went and pulled them out. One of them is the holographic highlighter, which I only got like 2 months ago, so I knew that one wouldn't be messed up. But I also have the primer stick, and my primer stick looks just fine. So I don't know what happened to this. I don't know if it's because it's like the cooling water that it just dried out or it's in the process of drying out. I've never had something like this happen to me with any product that I've ever used. So I don't know. If you guys know what I did wrong or what's going on with this, you know, let me know, because I picked it up and I thought it was super weird. To be perfectly honest, I just thought it was weird that it had shrunk. Anyway, I did put it on my under eyes. I will say that it used to feel a lot more like liquidy, and now it just feels more like a gel. So I guess it could be that like the moisture is coming out of it, especially over the summer, because this room that I film in gets it's the least temperature controlled room in the house, if that makes sense. So anyway, all right, I'm going to go to the Smashbox website on my cell phone here, and I'm going to read you a little bit about this foundation. They do have several shades. It looks like they have 16 shades. And this product retails for $42. I'm looking for information, and okay, there we go. The description. This double-ended face-shaping stick has a full-size foundation on one side and a complementary soft contour shade on the other. The foundation side gives you medium buildable coverage with a natural finish. The soft contour side lets you there's a typo. Lets you create dimension with a perfectly coordinated shade. It's an all-in-one stick that gives you coverage and sculpting on the quick. It says you can use the product on your body as well, collarbone, neck, cleavage, that sort of thing. It's medium buildable coverage, smooth blendable formula, natural finish. Yeah. So I could go on, but I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. It goes on to all the ingredients and etc., etc., etc. So, like I said, I've got the 0.5 shade right here. I am going to be using my Sigma F82 Round Kabuki, and let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, this looks a little bit dark. Hopefully, yeah, see, it's very orange. We'll see how it blends out. It's very, very orange, actually. Not sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and blend this in. I'm not using a sponge today. I typically will use the F82 anytime I'm using a stick foundation. So I'm going to blend this in and I'll be right back. All right, I feel like that blended almost entirely away. I would definitely say it's not medium coverage. I would say that it's very actually light coverage. It toned down the redness on my blemish here on my chin. But that's just about it. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more on the center of my face here, on my nose, underneath my mouth, or up on my lip. Just a couple of spots that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. Let's see if this is buildable. All right, I'm having a lot of problems on my nose. It just doesn't seem to want to stay there. Like it just wants to brush right off. So I'm having some problems just trying to get the foundation to stay on my nose. So I have a feeling this is going to be pretty streaky. Okay. All right, I feel like I was able to build that up a little bit, maybe to medium coverage. It's still not covering everything. And my nose, I'm just having a really hard problem with my nose because it keeps leaving me with streaks on my nose. I'll show that to you later if it continues. Yeah. All right. The time is now 7:06. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. Yes, I'm actually getting an early start today, believe it or not. I am going to be using this contour shade. I'm going to go ahead and put this on so that you guys can see it. And I just feel like it's really big. I feel like well, now it's in my hair. I feel like that's just a little bit too big, and my face is uneven, to be honest with you, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, I'm only gonna put it there. I'm not gonna put it on my forehead or anything like that. Let's go ahead and blend this in a little bit to see how it blends. Now I'm probably using, I'm making a mistake. I'm using this brush. I shouldn't be using that brush. All right, I'm going to use this brush and see how it blends. It's just another foundation brush that I have. All right, that looks very muddy. Just using my foundation brush to clean that up a little bit because it looks very muddy. Does that look muddy to you guys? I'm going to go over it with some powder. So it should tone it down a little bit. But it looks muddy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. All right, everybody, I am back. It is 7:21. I actually have my face makeup done at 7:15, so we're gonna call that the check-in time. So I will check in at 11:15 and then again at 3:15 today. Hopefully I'll be on time. I might be a little bit late for a couple of those check-ins, but only 2 check-ins, right? Anyway, what's on the rest of my face? I have the Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer underneath my eyes in Fair Neutral. I have the Flower Beauty Powder Blush in Sweet Pea. And then I have my Two Physicians Formula powders. This is the Mineral Face Powder in Translucent, and then this is the Mineral Correcting Powder in Translucent. I just dip into both of these and powder my whole face. And then I have the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer, eye primer on my lids. Sorry, I'm all over the place with this, but I have this Catrice Prime and Fine. I did not use the contour shade today because I used that cream contour. I just used the highlighter in here, and I think it just gives it a nice sheen. I have my Benefit Roller Lash on my lashes, and then on my eyes, I'm using this Laka & Co. Desert Mirage palette, and I literally only have 3 shades on my eyes. I have Dune all over my lids to set the primer. I have Terracotta in the crease and on the outer corner, and then all over my lid I have Sahara. So those are only 3 shades I put on my lid today. And then on my lips I have this Dose of Colors gloss in Messy Bun. So just a simple look today. I'm actually going into my office today. I know I've mentioned this channel before that I am working from home most of the time, but I do go into the office at least one day a week, and today happens to be that day. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in and we can talk about this foundation. Okay, so I'm having a couple issues with it. Here on my nose, it looks like it's already worn off, and all I did was put some powder on, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm gonna go ahead and use my foundation brush and just try to tap a little bit on that one spot. I don't know if I like brushed it with my hand or something, but I hope the camera's picking up literally right here. It looks like my foundation's already wearing off. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. It did not cover my blemish. The only thing I can come up with is I sprayed my face down with the MAC Fix Plus. I forgot to mention that. And I probably put a little bit too much on. So I did dot my face with a dry beauty blender. So maybe that did that to my nose. I don't know. But it did not cover, the foundation is not covering my blemish here. It just isn't. I am filming this the day after my foundation number 4, my L'Oreal Infallible Stick Foundation, and I don't seem to be having the problem with the dry skin patches in here just yet. I did just put the Clinique Moisture Surge all over my face before I started as well, hoping that that helps out. I did have it on yesterday, but on my forehead here, in my one line, which seems to be growing into more than one, but right now I only have the one line. It is settling in that line right there, and on the line on the bridge of my nose, it's settling in there as well. So it is kind of in my lines. I'm not real sure about that contour. I mean, I guess it looks okay. I just don't normally put that much contour on. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see it as the day goes on. How about that? Yeah. I'm not real wild about this so far, and I've only had it on for half an hour, but I'm not real wild about this so far. Just the fact that it won't even cover my blemish, that is disconcerting to me. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get to work. I will check in on my lunch break, which is usually around like 11:30-ish. So I might be a little bit late today. I'm not sure in my midday check-in, but I should be able to hit the 3:15 check-in time, because I should be able to beat that, because I should be home midway through the day today, because we have a meeting for Nick this afternoon that we have to go to. Parent-teacher conference time. Everybody else have it in November as well. Yeah, I've got parent-teacher conferences today, so I will be, I should be able to meet the 3:15 timeline, but the 11:15 I might be a little bit late. All right, overall, I'm not loving it just yet. We'll see how it goes throughout the day. I'll see you guys in 4 hours. All right, everybody, it is midday, but I'm late. It is 12:54. I'm almost 2 hours late, so I've had this on almost 6 hours. Honestly, I didn't even look at it at the 4-hour mark, because I didn't have a mirror handy. Looking at it now, I'm having a little bit of problems, because I feel like I look kind of not oily but dewy. This is definitely making me look kind of dewy. I've got my mirror down here, but I'm looking almost dewy, but on those dry patches in my skin, it's looking very cracked. Like down here, it's very cracked. In here, I'm not sure how well the camera's picking all that up, but all along here where it's really dry and around my nose and my mouth, I'm not getting the same problem that I had yesterday, because my skin's a little bit better than it was yesterday. But in those dry patches, like right in here, underneath my eye, where I had that dry patch, it's really picking up on the dry patches, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I don't know. On the portions of my face that are normal, on my cheeks, on my forehead even, it's looking pretty good. It is in my lines. Definitely in my lines on my forehead. It's still looking weird on my nose right here. But yeah, I'm very torn on this. Very, very torn, because on one hand, I feel like my skin's looking actually really healthy with like a dewiness to it. But on the flip side, I've got those patches where it's just cracking and breaking apart. So I'm going to keep it on this for a couple more hours. I'm not sure that I'm going to check in at 3:15. I'm not sure when I'm going to check in again. It might be closer to 4:15, but I will definitely check in one more time before I take this off. And we'll see what it looks like then. I'll see you then. All right, y'all, I am back and we are already zoomed in. It is 3:50. So I've had this on almost 9 hours, and I left it on a little bit longer than I normally would have because I did check in late, so I wanted to give it a little bit more time. But I'm ready to get this off my skin. I am itchy, like all in here around my nose. It's not as bad as the foundation that I was trying yesterday, the L'Oreal. It's nowhere near that at all. But I am itchy. As far as what it looks like, I don't feel like it's changed much since my last check-in, except that my nose got shinier, and on my cheeks got a little bit shinier as well, I feel like. Yeah, mainly my nose. I got a little bit of shininess on my chin as well. Not too much on my forehead, mostly just in the center of my face here. But it is a little colder here today, so I'm really not like overheated or anything. I do have a long sleeve sweater on, but I'm not really like overheating or anything like that. So I'm not sure about that. I am having this breakup here where my skin is dry. I think I showed you that midday, and it is breaking up a little bit here on my upper lip, because again, my skin is dry in those areas. But I am ready to get this off my skin. Is it bad? I can't say that it's bad. No, I actually don't feel like it is bad, like at all. Is it my favorite foundation that I've tried? No. Is it the worst foundation I've tried? No. I feel like this is a lot of what I'm going to say most of the time when I'm trying these foundations, is that they're not the worst unless they are the worst, and they aren't the best unless they are the best, right? I mean, I guess that makes sense. But like here, and I don't know that the camera will pick it up from this distance. I mean, the camera's only like 2.5 feet from me, but right in here on my lip, it's just broken up. But again, that could be my dry skin in around my mouth area. It's not too bad in my nose creases. I've had a lot worse. Even on my forehead, I think it looks good. On my cheeks, I think it looks fantastic. But I don't often have issues at all with foundations on my cheeks. It has to be a real struggle for it to not look okay on my cheeks. Mainly, it's just this area around my mouth and my nose. And this falls in line with most of the other ones. So, one thing I will give this one is that it does have that contour. I wish the stick was a little bit thinner, because the thickness of it gave me a little bit too much contour than I prefer. But if you prefer a more deep contour, more contour than I do, then you might really enjoy that. This was on sale here recently. In fact, I think I bought it when it was on sale as well. So this does go on sale fairly regularly. So if you're interested in it, you can probably wait a month or two and there will be some sort of sale. I think the day that I'm filming this, it's actually on Outlook right now. This exact product is actually on Outlook right now. I think for like 50 or 40% off, something like that. So it does go on sale. On the Smashbox website, it's regular price. So it varies. You just have to keep an eye on it if you're interested in trying it. But price-wise, because you get both the foundation and the contour, I don't think it's a bad price for what you're getting. I really don't. Would I wear this much longer? No, just because it is like around my nose getting really itchy. Yeah. And you can see, I mean, it just never covered my blemish. So if you have a lot of uneven skin tones or something like that, this may not be the foundation for you. There you go. That's my first impression, my full day wear test of the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation Stick. Again, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. And I have a tendency to get along fairly well with foundation sticks. So again, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite one that I've tried. Like, I do have it in my line here. But again, I've got that dry skin. So I think if you have dry skin, you probably want to take a pass on this. If you have more normal skin, I think it looks really nice on my cheeks. And that's really where I have more normal skin, is on my cheeks and on my forehead for the most part too. I think it looks really good there. So if you have more normal skin, you could probably pick this up and probably really enjoy it. But again, if you have dry skin, at least on my dry skin right now, it hasn't been the best. And like where I have a tendency to get oily, it has gotten shiny. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Have you tried the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation Stick? I'd love to know your thoughts on it as well, whether how it wore on me or your experiences with it. I'd love to hear your experiences with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!